Did you miss the Giraffe Pro Camera Webinar number 7, Giraffe Pro Camera Launch? Stay tuned for a recording of the entire Giraffe360 webinar. Hi all, I am the digital twin of Dan Smigrod, founder of the We Get Around Network Forum. You're watching a special edition of the WGAN-TV podcast for digital twin creators shaping the future of real estate today. Giraffe360 gave us permission to share their November 4th, 2025 webinar. Giraffe360 founder and CEO Mikus Opelts and Giraffe360 Chief Customer Officer Samy Jeffries will cover the launch of the Giraffe PRO Camera, Giraffe360 Content Studio with AI Toolbox, Giraffe360 Listing Spotlight, and pricing. Also, Giraffe360 has a special offer for the WGAN community. Save 10% on the first 12 months. For details and to order, visit wgan.info/Giraffe360-Pro and use coupon code WGAN.
Welcome, I'm Mikus Opelts, co-founder and CEO of Giraffe360. A great day today. We are releasing our Giraffe360 Pro camera. It's an immense development. I think excited is even an understatement. So super eager to guys walk you through core features and core developments behind the Pro. To help me navigate today the story, we have Samy Jeffries, our CCO, joining. Samy, how are you feeling?
As you say, excited is an understatement for getting this product out to market. I think a great starting point, Mikus, if it's okay with you, would be for me to maybe run through kind of the essence of this release and what the Pro camera means for the market, right? And the idea behind the Pro camera is this: you capture once and you launch your media content everywhere. Now, the Pro camera creates the best digital twin on the market. Our all-new digital twin is a combination of an enhanced panoramic editing model, LiDAR dense point clouds, lifelike Gaussian splat 3D models, all tuned for residential real estate marketing. And performance-wise, we're already seeing results, right? Listings captured with the ProCam digital twin see 130% higher engagement on property portals, social media. And that's all thanks to the immersive media that's built into the digital twin as standard. Now, when I say immersive, I mean everything beyond these super important still images. That's video, interactive 3D models, ANSI-compliant floor plans, ready-to-go listing website, premium HDR images. And back to that promise is one scan now drives a full listing campaign. So that's your videos for social, all the way through to the rich content you need for portals, email, and print. And images are always going to be an essential part of what we provide, but immersive media is what we see stopping the scroll, and that's what means faster property sales. And with this release, we're also introducing a brand new pricing model. Everything that you'll see today, from the camera to the rendering and the software, is included in a flat $360 per month price point. It covers any size property with unlimited volume and delivers all the assets you need to sell homes faster. Now, these digital twins are rendered in as fast as 2 hours, so you can capture, upload, and go to market all in the same day. And this is all made possible by major breakthroughs in Giraffe360's AI ecosystem. Our AI has been developed over 5 years. Way before kind of OpenAI released ChatGPT, we've been working on this. So it's not an amalgamation of off-the-shelf tools, but it's purpose-built by Giraffe360 for residential property media, and it's been trained on millions of homes in the process of development. And it's this AI breakthrough that acts as the foundation to make the Pro camera and our brand new digital twin possible. So the promise we're here to deliver today with the release of the Pro camera is this: you can launch first, launch everywhere, and sell properties faster with Giraffe360's Pro infrastructure. I can't wait to get this into the hands of the market. And Mikus, I guess over to you for us to run through some of the key details of what we're releasing here today.
Yeah, it's a big statement, the best digital twin. Let me actually double click on that. When we think about the digital twin, we structure it in 3 fundamental parts from the Giraffe infrastructure. So you get a point cloud, and think about that as a measurement. Then it's a Gaussian splat 3D model, which is the immersive model, and then panoramic marketing polished model. The point cloud serves as the geometric foundation for the digital twin. And the main fuel behind this point cloud is our LiDAR 2.0, our improved LiDAR system that can capture up to 20 million points per scan. It's a crazy volume. And on accuracy level, even though we have been focused on designing technology for residential real estate to comply with floor plan requirement standards, but we are actually looking on a system that's on par with industrial grade LiDARs that you see costing tens of thousands, if not close to hundreds of thousands of dollars. The Gaussian splat model is complete opposite. If point cloud measurement provides accuracy, the Gaussian model is the photorealistic depth, light, and texture. It's a model that's trained on more than 500,000 properties from our existing datasets. And per splat, you're looking on up to 13 million point density per model, which then you can see in the output results that yields this high resolution, high quality, lifelike model. And last but not least is our panoramic model. That's the most polished model. It's HDR panoramas at 10,000 pixel resolution. That becomes an input for lots of marketing polished content that goes and meets users in different platforms. So Giraffe360 platform, it's a spatial capture camera, AI rendering system, and then users get 120 features to interact with the technology. Probably walking everyone through 120 features would be a bit grueling. I don't think Samy, me and you can hold anyone's attention that long, but let's try to focus on 10 features that we want to highlight out today, and we have grouped them in like 3 categories. We're gonna go through some of the hardware features into the new Pro camera. So scan view, LiDAR 2.0, auto high tripod. We're gonna then also look into the marketing solutions that drive essentially the faster property sales. So immersive videos, 3D floor plans, listing website, and the Spotlight platform. And also automation solutions. So for virtual staging, floor plan creation, and panel and image enhancement models. But I think that sets the stage up. Let's take a step back. Let's talk about the camera. So the Pro camera is the first thing that you guys are going to receive once you sign up. One of the very unique things, and I guess it's first of its kind, the camera comes with an auto height tripod. It's a motorized tripod that lets you change camera heights automatically. No need to stop, adjust legs manually, or rebalance. It's controlled directly from the camera screen. So adjusting height is quick, precise, and smooth.
Yeah, and to delve a bit deeper into the auto height tripod, so it has a built-in lift system and its own battery, so it allows for a user to capture around 750 scans per single charge. But what it also enables is the camera can be powered independently from a power bank during capture. So Mikus, if you're out there capturing a mansion, a huge property, you can scan that in a single session without kind of that range anxiety fear of having to recharge mid-session. And why this auto height tripod matters is because it's supporting 2 capture modes, one of them being brand new. First of all is the single scan mode, right? So this is, if you want to get in and out of property and generate floor plans, virtual tours, HDR imagery, spatial model, same workflow as our existing customers are used to seeing on the Go camera, you can do so, and that happens from a single height. But what's new with this camera is the dual height scan. This is capturing 2 heights in a single scan, but adds an additional perspective both for the geometry and the visuals. So that means the Gaussian splat model which we generate has all the ingredients it needs to be fully kind of fleshed out and photorealistic with texture. So we've got denser spatial data, more angles, a stronger Gaussian splat, which means better video and overall digital twin precision. And it sounds simple, right, Mikus? It's just a tripod that changes height, but it comes with quite a complex lift system, right? So the structural stability, the motion control are heavily engineered, so the tripod remains super light to carry, rigid enough for LiDAR, you don't want any shaking to impact measurements, and smooth enough for a user to operate simply and effectively every single time. So auto height tripod is, super unique part of this new release, as you mentioned.
Yeah, and this auto height tripod really unlocks our ability to generate this Gaussian splat 3D model, which then leads to our ability to generate tons of different immersive video content. So let me walk you through some of the video productions that get unlocked by every scan. So we create property videos from a single scan, and we can produce them from 80-second TikTok hooks to full YouTube longer form videos. And maybe before I jump into the templates that are available on the platform, Samy, do you want to say 2 words about what's the tech behind it and about the performance of the videos when we publish them?
Yeah, 100%. So you mentioned earlier that these models are trained on over 500,000 properties, and the reason that we do so much training is because we need the model to be able to effectively identify rooms, furniture, entrances, and understand connections inside that space. It's not enough to just build that Gaussian splat model and make it look great. You need to teach these models to navigate the property in a way that a human does, so that when you create video content, it speaks to humans, right? So understanding this spatial data, we now know which rooms matter, where to focus the camera, and how to guide the AI that generates this video content through the property. So we're not focusing on messy garages, we're actually spending time in lovely open plan living rooms and kitchens with great views of pools and outdoor areas. And why is video important? It's because properties with video get more inquiries, and that's, to a magnitude of 400%. Videos get more reach, 125%, than photos alone, and you need to be able to generate video content that's optimized for each platform. So you mentioned there, Mikus, earlier, it's everything from an 18-second TikTok all the way through to a full 2-minute property tour for YouTube.
Let me expand on that. We now will be delivering 4 different templates right away, and there will be more templates coming as we go. So first is Speed Ramp Drone. It's a stop and scroll to grab immediate attention. So it's a fast-paced fly through the property with the quick transitions, slow motion highlights, and this video template is optimized for 15 to 30 second performance. Perfect for Reel, perfect for TikTok. One other template is our cinematic videos. It's built for consistent presence and test audience preferences. It has 4 different edits with varied music, pacing, and modes. This video format is good to operate from 18 to 60 seconds each. Post regularly to maintain engagement is the main idea behind this cinematic engagement template. The third template is our Orbit Drone. It creates emotional connection and showcases spatial flow. It's a smooth 360-degree orbit around central living of the space. This video normally would run on a template for 30 to 45 seconds, and it's a continuous moving, showing also the relationship between the rooms. Last but not least, from the template side, it's our complete information for the buyer. And maybe think about this as your perfect YouTube video or listing site video, where in 2 to 3 minute time frame, it's a comprehensive walkthrough, voiceover narration, covering all the room's feature and property details to explain everything there is to know or to think about the property. Let's get back to the camera. And the Pro camera, one unique thing that we have implemented comparing to the previous model is the scan view, which is a live visual map that shows the property as you scan. So we have no more black box approach. Each scan appears on the screen instantly, so you always know what's covered and what still needs to be captured. No more missed rooms or property reshoots.
Absolutely. And I guess as you touched on there, Mikus, it's an amalgamation of the LiDAR data and visual data and SLAM technologies you move around the property to give the user the ability to, at any time, check the camera, see the results, and make corrections whilst they're still on site if they need to. And it looks simple, right? But it's a deep optimization for residential scanning. It's a fuse of LiDAR depth, inertial sensors, motion tracking to constantly solve the problem of where is the camera in the property in real time and provide alignment to the user. And this matters because it's the ingredients that allow Giraffe360 to now transition to a fully automated floor plan generation without human intervention. The LiDAR 2.0 is providing that accurate geometry, and then SLAM, which is simultaneous location and mapping, provides that spatial structure that the AI needs to assemble the plan in less than 2 hours. So it really is that unlocker for pace and automation.
Yeah, and ScanView really works in a combination with our new LiDAR 2.0, which is an updated model from our previous LiDAR, and it creates a highly dense point cloud. This becomes the geometric foundation for entire digital twin.
Yeah, Mikus, as you mentioned earlier in the webinar, is that this is a LiDAR with a density and accuracy that is akin to that you would see in really kind of high cost, shall we say, LiDARs available on the market. And this 3D point cloud that's generated from the LiDAR is a single accurate source of measurement, spatial and geometric data for all of the contents that we generate. Now, this as a new release is super important. It's a full redesign from scratch, which needed to be 20x times better from a performance perspective, but still maintain that kind of ultra compact fitting to sit within the camera body. So it was painstaking to get to the point where we did achieve that 20x improvement whilst still maintaining the ability to keep it inside a really kind of easy to use, simple and small device. Now, each LiDAR is individually built and calibrated in-house. Everything from the angular alignment to the reflectivity, calibration, and the tuned fusion algorithms are done by Giraffe360 in-house to ensure that consistency is there on every single capture alongside the accuracy. So LiDAR 2.0 is a major release for us.
Just to kind of really set it up, the LiDAR in connection with ScanView and how that builds a SLAM is really an input. The input becomes very important when we want to generate a fully accurate floor plans, especially according different legal standards. in ANSI, that's the most popular and most requested in the US. So you can really think that this combination of LiDAR and ScanU that builds SLAM, it unlocks a full AI production for floor planning. But Samy, you can more elaborate on the floor plan specifications and how this all comes together.
100%, because all the tech specs are going to get some people wearing, but then, the mention of an ANSI-compliant floor plan is going to get agents' minds going, right? And everyone knows floor plans are heavily requested from buyers, but they are a pain to generate, especially if you take into account like the complexity of the compliant frameworks, ANSI, Fannie Mae standard being the most prolific in the US. So what we're doing is we're taking that LiDAR geometry data and we're kind of pose aligning it with panos and amalgamating it to create these floor plans. Now we're taking all of those inputs and putting them into a model trained specifically to generate ANSI-compliant floor plans. So you're getting a true-to-scale floor plan with outlines, labeled rooms, Z765 inclusion-exclusion rules. So, for the technical users, that's kind of the above ground, above grade calculations, all done by a model. And it's applied automatically, accurately, as standard. So you've got that repeatability and the ability to provide that on every property that you capture. So for you as a media provider, you're not shipping just marketing-ready floor plans, but lender and appraiser ready from day one. It's minimizing redraws, disputes, speeding up the approval process for the end user, and ultimately boosting your credibility as a media provider. And again, it's all from one capture and a single export.
We kind of already established that 2D is not interactive. It's a good, solid form of information. So 3D is what drives consumer engagement, how you can get people to stop, click, engage, and essentially get that viewing time up on the website, on social media. So that's why I'm very excited about our 3D floor plan that we have now released with the Pro camera. It's interactive floor plan where buyers can view property from every angle, explore each room, see how space connects, and jump straight into the virtual tour. So the 3D interactive floor plan has three fundamental features. It switches between 2D and 3D. You can rotate it 360 degrees and you can select rooms and floors. And number 4, you can also jump into the virtual tour using this model. It's really engaging. Everybody who has created this 3D interactive floor plan from our beta users, I think, are sending very roaring reviews. I think this is one of the things that really has caught people's attention and imagination. But the floor plan on its own is good, but for us it actually sits in a bigger infrastructure, AI-generated listing websites. So it's our hub that's optimized for conversion of the possible buyers of the prospect's interest. And this 3D floor plan nicely is blended in with other media. But Samy, can you break down the single listing website that we are now generating a bit more?
100%. I love the single listing website. So essentially what it's doing is it's a single click, a generate website button. And what that's then doing is assembling 50 plus media files. It's optimizing the load sequence, generating a responsive layout for any screen size, whether your users are hitting your property website from their laptop, from their phone, from their tablet, and then orchestrating dozens of parallel processes that would typically take days and expense to coordinate. And why this matters is, first of all, one, it's ready instantly. So you go from capture, render, to a property website ready to go. No developers work, no editing. Secondly, the 3D floor plan sits as a core part, the 3D floor plan that you just showed, sits as a core part of this. And since the release of the 3D floor plan into the AI-generated listing website, we're seeing 40% more time on site. So we're seeing from kind of a usability perspective, it's really driving people to stay on that property and continue looking and learning about that property. And it's 2 times, from an engagement perspective, 2 times longer that somebody would spend on that site versus on a traditional portal. Now, one of the beauties of this is once you've done all that work on socials to drive somebody to look at this home, you're giving them a location to look at the property that generates leads, but with 0 distractions, right? So I've gone from a great post, which I've seen, which is how I find my home, if we've been through in these webinars before on social media, and then I go into a listing website where then I'm immersed in this property. I can see it from every single angle and start to see myself in there, and it drives that buyer's journey. And also, from a lead perspective, it's a lead generator with no cost. It's 100% direct inquiries, direct to the agent on that specific property. So yeah, AI generated listing website I think is like a major game changer.
So we covered the hardware, some of the new features in the Pro camera. We covered the immersive marketing solutions that really drive consumer engagement, which ultimately leads to the faster property sales. And as stated previously, we see that already Giraffe users sell properties at least 7 days faster than similar properties. And it's a real impact that with our technology we are providing to our to the market. The next section is, let's talk a bit about AI native pipeline and the diversion from the old manual pipeline where multiple tools, vendors, weeks of turnaround or days of turnaround and cost stacking per asset creation. And what we have been presenting today here is AI native pipeline where it's a one platform, ready in hours, fixed costs, and maybe cost is actually the angle through which it's easiest to grasp because it's one AI system that produces these things. We don't need to charge per asset creation, and going back to why we were able to come out with such a revolutionary price point where suddenly the size of the property or the amount of projects that you actually do doesn't matter. It's use of the system, it's the use of the single platform. But the AI native pipeline also manifests in some of the other features. And let's start from the panoramic enhancements, as we use lots of AI to remove the tedious tasks. And this is the section that we have been developing probably for the longest in-house, where we have machine learning pipelines specially built for the high resolution residential imaging. And I think we are very unique in the world where we've been focusing on that residential aspect, residential marketing requirements, and really making sure that AI can deliver what historically professional photo editors have been doing as a manual labor. And we have been leveraging machine learning to deliver natural looking, publication ready visuals at scale. But we have lots of models there. Maybe Samy, you can break down 3-4 key ones that you think are the ones that we should double click on.
Yeah, 100%. It's, as you say, it's a discipline which is an amalgamation of multiple editing flows, right? First of all, the image enhancement model. So I could go through tons here. I could spend the next 5 minutes talking about how we edit images and panoramas, but I'll call out the highlights. So it's exposure fusion. It's clean and realistic window pulls. It's identifying in those windows and using a trained model to edit those so they come through exactly as they should, rather than just a merciless blend of exposures. It's the correction of local white balances, the removal of color cast changes, tone maps, and a final image then rendered and optimized for display on standard screens. The second part of this, which I kind of love to call out whenever anybody asks me what panoramic enhancement it consists of, is the sky replacement. So we're looking at images where we have a dull or a cloudy sky and bringing that scene to life. We're using AI models trained over hundreds of thousands of properties, keeping a natural result but still looking polished. Next up is the object removal, so users can quickly remove unwanted objects and eliminate any need for a property revisit. And finally, privacy protection, so we're automatically blurring faces, car registration plates, etc., with the option for users to add and remove and adjust blur shapes directly. And so I could keep going with this, Mikus, and I know we need to move on to the next feature, but it is essentially a real complex and powerful discipline of editing those panoramas and images that come in through the Giraffe360 program.
Yeah, I think anyone who's spent time in Photoshop and other tools doing this for countless hours would appreciate suddenly the ease at which we can now edit and AI produce things. But I think this next thing is more for the end user eyes, and we are also releasing a virtual staging tool. Most of the models that you saw today are very custom built, purpose built, and in-house development. Then virtual staging is a solution where we have been partnering up with the best tools out in the market, and we think that Google's production of Gemini is very advanced in this field, and we are basically created an integration. So where in a Giraffe platform you can connect with Gemini and then enable the Gemini's engine to execute the virtual staging. So users will be able to describe objects, design preferences, instantly receive 3 different visual variants. These functions support both precise object placement and full room virtual staging, and it also allows users to remove all the furniture with a single click. And I've been playing around with the feature for some of my properties that I've done. It's spectacular how much it has progressed over the last year. I remember 18 months ago trying to use virtual staging, and it still was very clumsy, very clunky. And I think this today is really becoming an easy and quick to use tool. But Samy, do you want to comment a bit about the technology behind it?
Yeah, I think you've touched on the importance of connection between systems there, right? So the most complex and repetitive part of virtual staging using a platform, like an external platform, is that you have to know how to write a prompt specifically for Gemini, and you've got to input all of that property data. Now with Giraffe 360, you don't need to do that. You transmit a user prompt based on the context of the image that you can see. We will then take that user prompt, the spatial data, train model that we've generated on the back end, the reference images from our environment into Gemini, which then interprets that input and generates 3 visualization variants. A great example I saw of this recently was a property, somebody wanted to see what it would look like when it was staged for Christmas. Within 30 seconds, we had 3 variants for property which looked amazing, ready to go in case they want to list it into the next season. So yeah, super exciting.
So Giraffe 360 Pro Camera creates the best digital twin. The best digital twin unlocks tremendous amount of immersive content creation. That's a lot of technology. I think it's time to switch gears. Samy, talk us through the benefits. How should partners think about what's the value besides this state-of-art technology from the Giraffe 360 platform?
100%. So yeah, in a nutshell, these are the benefits that a partner using Giraffe 360 gets from this Pro Camera release. The first is speed. You render a digital twin in as little as 2 hours. That means you shoot in the morning, you list that property in the afternoon. You're adding speed to your list of advantages as a media partner. Secondly, engagement. You can promise to your agents and your clients that the content you generate is engaging. We're seeing from beta testing 130% increase in engagement on every listing captured with the Giraffe 360 Pro digital twin. You can take those assets and make them visible everywhere buyers are. That means you're able to help agents sell listings 7 days faster. Next up is growth. You can grow your business without growing your workload. You're powered by 95% automation. That means same-day delivery. That means you can work on more listings per month. That means you've got a catalog of more satisfied clients. But you still control that output. You can add the polish that you and your clients need to hit the market with your content. And all of this comes at a flat $360 price. That's no hidden fees, storage, hosting, no different property size cost. You decide how fast to grow without worrying about scaling costs as you grow your business. So for those who are interested, you can go to giraffe360.com/price and check this out. As I mentioned, $360 per month flat. It's an unlimited usage with a fair use model. 60-day money back guarantee. That means you go onto the website, order your pro hardware, you receive it. If you're not happy, within 60 days, you can get that money straight back in the bank. There's no hidden costs associated.
Nice promise. So let's sum it up. Kind of for what we've been through today. The Giraffe Pro Camera, we are ready to launch. We are framing it. It's a capture once and launch everywhere platform. We are promising the best digital twin on the market, which can be categorized in 3 fundamental layers: the accuracy measurements, the photorealistic one, and the immersive model. This best digital twin on the market essentially drives better engagement on social media through these immersive videos that we went through today. And we even have a full marketing platform built out with websites and social media posts that is ready to use off the shelf with the Giraffe platform. So from a one scan, you can go to a full listing campaign in literally amount of couple of hours. And last but not least, Giraffe platform is an AI-enabled solution, which means that we have been able to really restructure how historically these products have been priced. So the Giraffe platform costs only $360 a month. You launch first, launch everywhere, and can sell properties much faster using the Giraffe platform. I hope that sums up well. Samy, I hope we did it the justice today to walk through this development we've been working on. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining. And if you're interested, please go to giraffe360.com and sign up for the trial of the Giraffe Pro Camera. Samy, thank you today.
Thank you for watching, everybody.
Ciao.
Thanks, Mikus and Samy. And thanks for the Giraffe 360 special offer for the WGAN community. Save 10% on the first 12 months. For details and to order, visit wgan.info/giraffe360-pro and use coupon code WGAN. If you have follow-up questions about the Giraffe Pro Camera or the Giraffe 360 Photographer Program, please post them in the We Get Around Network Forum at wegetaroundnetworkforum.com. For all WGAN-TV podcast episodes, look for WGAN-TV in your favorite podcast app or go to WGAN-TV.com. Thank you for watching this episode of the WGAN-TV podcast.